done a couple that with Elvis, you know, they can do that now. And so she's done some of that. But yeah, she sings as well. She's very good. Anybody else?
I heard a story about the Priscilla gave Elvis a grand piano. Is that true?
Yes, he did. She did. Okay, she gave Elvis a piano, and she had it gold leaf. It was a 9-foot grand piano, and she gave it to him for an anniversary present. Well, my mother, when she grew up, became an Assembly of God minister, and Elvis was very proud about that and very pleased about it because he grew up in church. He had a very strong faith in God and wanted to help my mother with her ministry. So when she became a minister, he went and bought 4 acres of ground in Walls, Mississippi to put her church on, and then he helped her obtain a double-wide mobile home or metal building so that she could have her church services there. So then he called her over one night and he said, Aunt Nash, I want to give you a car. And she said, honey, you gave me a car last night. He said, no, that was a family car. This is a car just for you to do your ministry because you need something just to go around in just for that. So he takes her up to the Pontiac place and he says, okay, Aunt Nash, pick one. And she says, no, honey, if you want me to have it, you pick it. So he takes her by the hand and they walk around the car lot, and he comes to a Grand Prix. It's a baby blue Grand Prix with a white Landau top. And he opens the door and he sets her in it. He kneels down on the asphalt there in the parking lot and he prays, and then he stands up and he said, this is the one. So they take it back to Graceland. So then he calls her over the next night. Aunt Nash, yes, honey. Do you have a piano for your church? Not yet. He says, okay, come with me. So he takes her into the music room. And you know the big gold piano that Priscilla had given him for an anniversary present? He gives it to my mom for her church. So my dad, thinking that, well, hey, why pay somebody else to do something that you can do yourself? He wraps the 9-foot gold piano in moving blankets and puts it on the front end of a tractor. And then he takes it down the hill at Graceland, takes a left out onto Elvis Priestly Boulevard, drives the 20 or so miles to Walls, Mississippi, pulls up in my mom's church parking lot, looks at the church. The piano won't go in. So my mom says, well, can you take down a wall? He says, I could do that, but then you wouldn't have any place to sit because it's going to take up the whole church. So he drives it back down the drive, back up to Elvis Priestly Boulevard, back up to Graceland. And my mom goes over to Graceland the next night and she says, Elvis? Yes, Aunt Nash? You know that gold piano you gave me last night? Yes. Well, it won't fit in my church. So do you mind if I trade it for something that will? He said, Aunt Nash, I gave it to you. You can set it on fire if you want to. It's yours. So my mother, not thinking about it, goes to a music store in Memphis and trades this 9-foot gold piano, gold leaf piano, okay, straight across the board for a spin-up piano. I later learned that it was sold to a private collector for $2 million. There went my inheritance. It did sit in the Country Music Hall of Fame for a long time, and now it sits in the middle of the Hard Rock Cafe and Hotel in Tampa Bay, and it is the cornerstone of their collection. So, any other questions?
Ja, de ranchen flyttade till ett tag.
Vad sa du?
Den ranchen jag köpte.
Är det någon som hör?
Andra ranchen.
Vad sa du?
Andra ranchen jag köpte.
Can you tell them about the ranch you bought?
The
ranch.
Inte erkänd, andra. Mamma tur.
So he was opening some other place and moved there.
Oh, the ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Elvis loved the ranch. She bought it in 1967. Is that it? What are you talking about?
Jag har inte direkt snabb. Han köpte ett hus till.
So he bought one house, did he?
Well, he bought the ranch, okay, and then he bought my mom the grounds for her church. But that he didn't live there; it was just a church. Does that answer his question?
So did he live in Graceland all the time, or did he move to another ranch?
Oh, he lived on the ranch part of the time too. He would go down there and just to get away from for a while.
Did Elvis give you away a car? Cadillac? Do you have one?
Well, I do have one, but no, I bought it. Anybody else?
Did you ever sing with Elvis?
Well, he would sing at home, and the family would be around, and the whole family would sing, but usually I listened. It's not often, and not everybody gets a private concert with Elvis. But he did, he found out that my dad's favorite song was From a Jack to a King, and so he sat down at the piano and sang that for my dad. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you very much.
Donna Priestly. Du verkar ju veta det mesta redan, så du behöver inte